The ability to reproduce new individuals is found in all life forms. And while most single-celled organisms and some multicellular ones reproduce solely by binary fission or mitosis, most eukaryotes must utilize meiosis or sex cell production to make new individuals. The advantage of sexual reproduction is that it provides genetic diversity, allowing for a higher likelihood for the species to survive drastic environmental. Before a successful fertilization, two parents produce haploid sex cells that contain only one set of chromosomes. During fertilization, these two haploid cells join together, making a diploid cell with both sets of chromosomes from both parents. Afterwards, mitosis takes over to develop the embryo and onward.
In these next few videos, you will learn the importance of sexual reproduction, the process of meiosis to make sperm and egg, and what happens when errors occur during meiosis. Y'all ready to talk about sex?
Oh yeah!
At the cellular level?
Oh.
While sexual reproduction increases the success of a species due to more genetic diversity, it does have some drawbacks. An asexual organism can make offspring by themselves. I mean, if you talk to about anyone, you will find out that mate selection is a daunting and energy-expensive endeavor. Well, the same goes for all sexually reproducing organisms. That same energy could actually be used to make more offspring instead. Sexual reproduction slows population growth in half, as biological males are unable to make offspring. So why is sexual reproduction the method used by most eukaryotic forms? Genetic diversity! Asexual organisms can't get genetic diversity unless a mutation is introduced, whereas sexually reproducing individuals are guaranteed that each generation will be different from the last. Meiosis is the process by which sex cells, called gametes, are formed. This process maintains genetic diversity by recombining genes each generation. Mutation is still the source of all new genes, but advantageous mutations are more likely to proliferate within a species to become an adaptation due to the recombination of genes each generation. That's right, those large brains, opposable thumbs, and amazing beards are all the result of some mutation that happened many generations ago. Now, they are genetic features found in most humans, well, except beards, which are mostly due to sexual selection factors, but I digress, and we'll discuss that in the evolution chapters.
In sexually reproducing organisms, which include most eukaryotic organisms, there is a cycle of fertilization and meiosis called a life cycle. Here I will discuss the differences between animal, fungi, and plant life cycle. In the vast majority of animals, they have a diploid dominant life cycle. This means that the organism and its cells are mostly diploid. The only exception are the gametes, which are haploid. And once fertilization is complete, a zygote forms, and this starts the diploid life cycle of animals and remains so throughout life. Immediately, the cell divides and undergoes mitosis, and eventually a sexually mature adult is formed and the cycle starts over again. Now things are going to get a little bit strange, because unlike animals, fungi and algae are haploid dominant, and that the organism is mostly made of haploid cells, not diploid, with the zygote being the only diploid part of the life cycle. Spores, which is mostly how fungi and algae reproduce, are made from the zygotes that immediately undergo meiosis. In fungi, spores develop into multicellular filaments called hyphae. Male and females don't exist in fungi. Instead, hyphae are deemed plus and minus. Incompatible hyphae are the same type, while a plus and a minus hyphae allow for reproduction. Fungi can undergo asexual reproduction by forming a filamentous stalk called a zygosporophyte, which is capped with a zygospore. The zygospore then releases haploid spores, which can make more hyphae. Now, keep in mind, this is a form of asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction occurs by a positive and negative hyphae cross-linking together, and this forms a zygospore, which forms a diploid zygote. The only time a fungus is diploid is at the zygote stage, because immediately The zygote undergoes meiosis to become 4 spores, and the cycle begins anew. Plants are interesting as they consist of both diploid and haploid life cycles. We call this the alternation of generations. Mosses spend an equal time in both, but as you move up to more complex plants, the haploid cycle diminishes. Here I'll demonstrate using a fern. Ferns start off as a diploid zygote. This will then develop into a fern or a sporophyte, and the sporophytes then produce sporangia, which undergo meiosis to become spores. Spores grow and develop into gametophytes. Gametophytes make gametes, and some plants produce both on the same gametophyte, as is the case with ferns, and others produce separate gametophytes for each gamete. Finally, the gametes unite, creating a new zygote, and the cycle starts over again. So now that we know the different types of life cycles found in eukaryotes, let's apply the stages of meiosis to see how sex cells develop.